Powers and principalities.
There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump collapsed.
It's going to be fun to see how he goes about approaching this game.
We table issues relating to the arts and entertainment for a riveting discussion, of course, without fear nor favor.
The question the presenter asked them was a dumb question. You need to speak the fact and move.
Varied views. We agree to disagree.
So I would disagree with everything you said. I think that he's a smart guy. I think what he did.
No, but I also said he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
I guess that I'm waiting for the what next.
Yeah, I don't think that we have to wait for what next.
It sometimes gets confrontational, but that's the beauty of the game.
Today you deny funny face. It's not my brother. Today you deny funny face. I don't know him. You don't know funny face. It's not my brother. You don't know funny face.
It's a package. We meet, we sit, we dialogue, we learn, we progress. My name is Benefo Huabin Abrantepa, a proud blogger, and this is my forum.
More than 2,000 people die every year from road accidents in Ghana. Apart from these 2,000 people that die, another close to 15,000 are left with injuries. Some they can't walk ever again. Some they can't handle anything with their hands. They have their hands cut off due to accidents. And these accidents are caused mainly by bad roads, carelessness on the part of drivers. You and I being careless on our roads leads to so many deaths, so many fatalities. It's about time we make road safety part of our daily livelihoods, the practice of road safety, abiding by the rules and regulations, and also allowing the police to enforce their laws. Police, enforce your laws wholeheartedly without bending the rules to suit Tom, Dick, or Harry. Road accidents are killing every day. I keep saying it that the seriousness we attach to prevention of COVID-19, if we attach that same seriousness to the prevention of road accidents, we will reduce our accidents rate by more than 50%. My name is Bice Osekofo. Dodona Frame Obuo. Tie Papa Driver. Tie Mr. Passenger. Tie Motor Rider. Yen famo yen home buying. Afe wote kren wo woka mu a memfa mentena woka sti achi no monsa a sign bruni friend accident. Do the right thing, save a life.
Hello everyone, we are back again, Charlie. If today is your first time on my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share with your friends. So today is the 4th day since I took the COVID vaccine. I took the COVID vaccine on Friday and today is Monday. So I'm here to share the entire experience with you and the entire journey. So let's begin from how it started. So after speaking to almost everyone who has already had a COVID test, they always advise that you eat a heavy meal before taking the test. So currently at Legon and it's almost 15 minutes to 8. We're about to eat kenke at this time. I mean, I have to eat heavy before the test because I don't want to feel dizzy. I don't know how my body will react. So yeah, that's the situation now. About to eat kenke and fish. So I have here my kenke. Hey guys, I'm having kenke for breakfast and this is really good. She has some really good kenke. So yeah, guys, I thought I was the only one who likes food, but this one here guys, Charlie, if I don't eat this kenke before taking the COVID vaccine, I don't know. I mean, I must eat. How did yours go? Did you also eat like me? Or have you taken the test yet? Or you are considering taking the test? Let me know in the comment section. I'm really interested. So if you know or you may not know, the COVID vaccine is in Ghana for about a month ago, and they are currently vaccinating health workers, frontliners, the elderly people, and all that. But a lot of young people are also taking opportunity to get vaccinated. And I am a traveler. I like to move from one place to another. So I'm like, why not get vaccinated as soon as possible before it gets too late? Mind you, the COVID vaccine we are taking is the AstraZeneca, if only I'm pronouncing the name right. So that was what was introduced in Ghana. And so Loretta called me and then she was like, her group of friends realized that police hospital is available, because I usually like to go to Legon hospital, but it was currently finished because my cousin works there. So we decided to go to police hospital, which is located in Usu. So when we got there, there was a long queue and about 40 people. So we joined the queue. We got there around 9 and the queue kept moving bit by bit. Amidst the queue moving, there were a lot of chaos. A lot of people were arguing because a lot of people described as protocol or big men kept crossing the line, so it delayed the queue a little. So we actually spent about 3 hours there before it got to our turn. So it got to our turn. Then you're supposed to carry an ID with you. You show your ID, your name, your location, where you stay, personal details like what you do, blah 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 blah. So they take your particulars, your details, then you sit for some time, then they get ready to give you the injection. So yeah, this is how it also went. So this is the queue. It extends from the top right here, and Guys, I am the last person now.
Thousand years later.
Very well. So yeah, guys, we are done. We've taken our vaccines. What was the experience, Elikem?
It was okay. It hurts a bit because I had an injection.
Yeah, Loretta, how do you feel?
Like ice in your body.
It took so long. We spent over 3 hours here.
4 hours?
Yeah, 4 hours.
We came here at 9. We are leaving here at
almost 1 o'clock.
No,
so,
1:32.
So yeah, we spent a lot of time here. But yeah, thank God, my next appointment is on the 8th of May.
Yeah.
8th of May. So let's see how it goes. 8th of May.
Okay.
Let's see how it goes. So I forgot to share that after the vaccine, you'll be given this card. Yeah. And I have been driving for about 30 minutes now, and I'm fine. I'm fine right now. I only feel hungry, and then there's a little weight on my arm. Like, it's so difficult to like raise up. But yeah, apart from that, I'm good. I'm going to, I don't know, but it has really made me very hungry, even though I had kenke this morning. So I'll just go grab some lunch, and I'll share with you my experience tomorrow morning. So yeah, before they give you the COVID shots, the vaccine, they'll ask you if you are breastfeeding, if you're a lactating mother, if you are pregnant. So I mean, if you are, then you might as well as don't take the vaccine now. So guys, it's about 3 hours after I took the vaccine, and I feel like I'm drunk. I feel drunk. My eyes are tearing up, and if you see, when you use nasal drops, right? You see how sometimes it feels like there's the medicine is in your throat kind of feeling. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting in my mouth right now. And so I just wanted to give you all an update. But apart from that, I'm fine. Let's see how it goes. So after the COVID vaccine, after I took the COVID vaccine on my left arm, I was actually very fine. And before taking the vaccine, a lot of people kept telling me that you are supposed to drink a painkiller. So I actually took a painkiller just after. I even gave my friends some. We all took the painkiller just after it. Then I got back to the office and I felt so hungry. So this is what happened. So I ate fried rice that day. That's on a Friday. Then later that night, I was extremely hungry again. So I decided to also take tea. So I had tea. Just when I was going home around 5, I felt hungry again. So I was like, wow, that is like unlike me. I usually eat twice a day, but this time around, this is like the 3rd meal in a day, and I'm already hungry. So I bought kilewele on my way home, and then I had kilewele. If you don't know what kilewele is like plantain, fried spicy plantain with groundnuts. So that's what I had. Then I got home. When I got home, I was totally fine. I was able to drive home. Like, I was very, very fine. I was just that I had a lot of appetite for everything. I was craving for almost everything. Anything I see, I wanted to actually eat something. So I got home, I was feeling very fine, and then I took the painkiller again because I was very scared of the side effects. So one thing about the side effects is everybody reacts to the medicine differently. So I slept that night. I was actually very fine. Just around 1-2 a.m. oh my god, that was when I knew something was wrong. Hello guys, good morning. So this is the second day after I took the COVID vaccine, and guys, I feel so terrible right now. Last night was such a disaster. I had a very bad, terrible headache. I was so weak. My head felt like it has been rearranged, like Legos that has been rearranged. I felt so weak. I couldn't even move. I felt so hungry at night. Like, I sincerely thought I was going to die. I felt so terrible. I had to like wake up to go get tea. Even getting up from bed was a problem because I was really hungry. I was like, what I felt last night was something I haven't really felt before. So it was really new to me. Like, I was so down. So yeah, that's how I feel right now. I felt terrible headache. I sincerely haven't felt that kind of headache in my life because I don't usually get sick. It felt like somebody was just using my head to deliberately hit the wall. Like, it felt like my head was broken that were being fixed into pieces. Extreme bad headache. So it was so difficult because I couldn't even get up to put myself together. So I just had to struggle to hold my head, go get some water, and then I took a painkiller that night. I couldn't sleep. It was terrible. My temperature was so high. I don't know how high it was, but it was very high. So I turned off the fan because I was sleeping with fan. I turned off the fan. As soon as I turned off the fan, went back to bed. Now my temperature was so bad that I was sweating. The sweat was literally dropping off my neck to my dress. Actually, see, I sincerely wanted to film this, but there was no energy to even just pick the camera. Like, just to even take my phone to even respond to a text was a problem. So it was so difficult sleeping that night, and I kept breathing in heavily. So I kept breathing in like, oh my goodness. I remember how my mom really freaked out because she was like, what is wrong with you? She started speaking our local dialect. Hey, what have you going to take? And I was like, oh, it's the vaccine. Because I already told them, you know how old people are. You don't want to start telling them about these things, else they'll be feeling reluctant to go for the vaccine. So I didn't want to scare him. So this brings us to the end of this video. I would like to know your experience when you took the COVID vaccine. Did you?
I'm ba my cousin fan hospital. You're gonna call you. Moses stroke. I said I'm new to money me. Be me ya. Some come more. Pampers tom. The dim. She said me be brave. Mommy. Pampers a bono cry me ya chara rebe what it.
Aboafo bi ama yesika se yemfa mrewo 2000 Ghana cedis.
You are tefo, madam wasepa, you mean shramu. Nya koma pa. Mode time ni mikurachi.
Se wani ji ye dwumadi na se wonyanka crime check abusuako no a ye besro se
o subscribe na se o subscribe wi a
adoma bi won chen
mi aso
se ne be ya
dwumetie biara ye de beto ono
onsa beka
na won so betimi ahwebi
reasons our passion we that we dey help with the change them.
obey. Ma pom din beko yia na 21st clinic.
What 21st clinic dear? Esuna fidie a yede yenhwehwemu. Ena esuna fidie a yede sayade. Ye wo emfidie ni nrupa. Yede sayade o haw bia na achiri.
Akoma yade, ensikyire yade.
Ahohwehye, wo sisi, wo to asentini atwetwenwo. Yefunu, awo ne enam nsensem.
21st clinic. Ye twa scan, ye yemoja mu nhyehyemu.
Afeti esumasem.
Se wanti woni pedua na ase a, wonte ayaresa ase. Esono se wa ahoden, ena esono se wa apomuden.
21st clinic wo branches bebre. Wo Kumasi, ubahu 21st clinic wo ahwan a eben Alpha Radio. Accra, ye wo Domi Market. Heavy do dynamo a. Ye nkrabata binsu wo BA. Any seshi. Freyen wo 0540 311 311.
21st clinic ana. Ye wo krom.
So today I'm on a plot of land, not just a plot, a 40-acre plot of land around Oyibi, Old Sasabi. It's between Ubuntu Heaven and Apollonia City of Light. You hear the names? Okay, so this particular property has a good road, there's water, there's light. People have already bought theirs and they are putting up their structures. If you can see, so just call the numbers and get yours. Be your own landlord. It's about time. Stay tuned. Okay, so we just passed Car Junction. We are still going around the plot. As you can see to my left, that is Ubuntu Heaven. Some have already gotten their plots and then have their buildings ongoing. There's light, there's water as well. You wouldn't have problem with land litigation and land guards and all that. As you can see, there are no land guards around. There's a good place to invest if you need a plot of land. Or you can even buy 2, 3, 4 and put up some businesses.
You are here from Mamina Baba Crime Check Foundation, your health check series, and also na yina name sa jumadi boa boa enipa bebre e wo yema Ghana mo ha se na beye bosome mienu ni ene ye de ye sister bi asem ebeto manim e wo Kumasi ye sister friend Akria Pokria na yinu abaye na nikunu anya stroke a utwa na ho hwe a enyeye na oboafo nso ni baabia enti yinu abaye na rehosem kresa wo me se ose ekom edenoa na eye ahometi obi o yare onye sika nko hospital ono amu ekom esan de no momienko ye chikakra ne nkofa na samomre mo na ifiri ho a yatoa yasem so
mo chime ma hwehwe bia nsisiska me yeska kwa mfanta wi na mani tibitu mu sa na me kodwum mo amani mo dada no akosesere am de abafi
Urade peja
Obuafo bi say ma 6 million.
Be would free here piano. Urade shena na mu. Me ya o.
You are here for yina ye hu sa areho semi na eno achi no enipa bi ebeye yenua be me adoye kakra na ye sister Gertrude Owusu wo Holland obrɛn 508 Ghana cedis. O me yeti ase se ye obede sika esrenya me se eye adom ne nhra bia ewo obede ni mu no omfa endomo na de da wani mu no oma no enye mremremre emfama NSMB mu US mu de 202 Ghana cedis ebaye obi nso Germany osema ye money din o de 300 Ghana cedis ene baye sister Ajua Rose o US also de 202 Ghana cedis ene baye also we hia mpa ebo ema o daughter Michelle obi nso wo UK a friend Kenneth honestly the 203 Ghana cedis ene baye Mr and Mrs Frimpong New York more the 1094 ene baye ena obi nso wo Germany biem ono so my money din also the 344 Ghana cedis ene baye na yefika bomu no yenya 2853 na emma ye sister yi ne kunu no ne yare ne ye denden no saa time ne yenya 2853 no enti de ne yenya no 2000 no yede emma ne no ewo Kumasi momi yenko na yenko ka Trinity ho emra wo de sasikai ekoma no na yefiri ho a won wa wo de kakra be ka ho so no yede won din atodwa
etiefo
a make trading enterprise and saswa ka wo hu biomo se ope provisions niama emo anwa esichiri chese adibia ye dibia a make trading enterprise benye biama enye no nkwanso se ope semina ye di siniama ne ye di gware anampo se ope so uto de kwache obi enye tutumrikai na ko a make trading enterprise na kwaje wodie niama ne boye for na Accra price and so hwehwe won e kira kwan e wo Kaswa Old Barrier ubitimi afra won e wa homatwe for yi so 0545 822-773. I'm Make Trading Enterprise now.
Is that a popier to say?
I'm here doing a child.
Yada Yankopon as say. Emretia where be money about Hanu say Mukasamoko Hospital bina ecosi saying.
Pachamdas, Madaroma. Mamma the boy, you said the musician my and why I call you. I'm not going to bear 5 days for this. Omoje to no die o me to pa receipt bi bia wo na che no mo ka che say stroke nto mu yi na ma ye na akope bi duro e de aye no mo yi ma de ne ba fie ampa madaro me ka che mo so no wa ye memoa say me san fa ne nko e be bi duro
mame emretie wa mu ne ba ha no mo sei na ye ba ko ye no asetene mo etesey
acho me adom aye na mpacha mo ba ma yeskazen fa nko hospital ya de na ko ye ada roma ye ko mo hwe doctors gina no sa mo hwe ne kama mo ka se yen ko twa ne ti ne hwa de cross mo gina ne tiri nwa nyina me twa ne nyina ati kire mo se mo se de mo bo amani so me di no kura so ti o mo yi ne ma ye no mo se stroke ti yen ko pe biduru enfa nya no ya de ne ba ye ya de ba hospital won je ba ye na ye esanya baka kanso ba woda wodi ti say no ado one of Islam for some moame na say be yeska na to aduro no so biduro na be chana na wato
okay e biduro no wakoho no o medi nkomo mo say eni da so ho
pa chana me froka ko mo say nda so me ko afija sesachire ona mkoye oso no bato no be nanti ti the answer baka se nto ya do ya meto enye we ya yebeye no beto na mana nanti say the first no what ye no
obobo bi se nka wunya sika be yesi ya nka betimi asane yare
e ba chan obobo asha se ne di osin mili ti ngo to ne kura ya badana se ba ni sanu ka kire me
etina chasa sisia no herbalist no eje 1500 aye 15 million na actually na ne hoto na mabeta na se
usiafo ale se jam ne tu monim ye be me ya se samon komemoa pampers tom na didim se na bebre e tema me pampers e bono kwa me ya chara rebe wa atete enso so mada romanti nsenda so
ena ye ba no eye ne tie wa mu aboafo bi ama yesika se ye famrewo na fa okunu ekọ babia o kire no se afijase na ye nhwe de nyankopon so ebeye se ohia 1500 no de aye ne dre aboafo se ye mbrewo 2000 Ghana cedis aye titiska no 20 million nti ye de mawo na ya hwe se udi bedi no kre amaye
yo tefo madam wasepa nyam nhyira mo nya koma pa mo de time ni me kurachi na me ka be mu yifri ye bia ba je hye mo na mu no nka mo ne mum se se mi muso kura to mo na me kura do ya mo ya ma yinti ba je nyi mu free mu madam wase na me ka mo amen yo Ibrahim da wase pa me de yakopon da wase sabe be hia wa ke se mi jan ka to me ma na me ka won hye sa do ya wo ye Ibrahim fa mo emma sabe ni muso be to kura Ibrahim sha do ya wa ya ma mi ni wonyi nu ma enfri mu da wase pa ya cha no pa ne ka mo fo do ma bofo na me kura kwasika nkam na da wase ni shira
ya da wo bibiara nso ase
Nti se dem dey kan dey kan the 2000 Ghana cedis e ma na ye sister yi se on fan hwe ne kuno no na eno achi no eye Apostles Continuation Church International Bremen branch Germany ye de musika nso 247 Ghana cedis e kan ho e ma sika ni nyina ye 3100 Ghana na the eka 2000 Ghana cedis no ho no e ma ne 3100 no ye de ye mobile money Emma ye sister yi ti ye beda obiara nam ne so a enne yetimi enya ye sika ne bi de akwa owura kankam na baby oda no still an emu odin de beti esre nyame se ono anso ebeso ne mu na we ma no enya ayaresa ye da mu nyina ase
Mama to say
remember
me de nyame ase ma edi bote na eyewo
me pacho me ya de no ko fi mi
2 years okay
ma sha se abo wasa me yamun so me tinu mantam ti makoma me ti na si nyina
na je se honam bebia eyewo ya
na mban be fa me na odem ba akra
okay
ti na me wo
konongo okay
ti me ba ya me nya boso me nwotwe ewo ha ti ade na ba ya yetu ai doctor afa ne ya bia ya sin ka me mra ni enhwe ti ya ko be imprensa no sika no asa e ba wo hwe me so nya adwuma mu bia wa hwe se boso me miense nyina no obobo me hoka ti se de bi ni ho afa enso ne ye be hwe me na ja ya de be dam kakre afa ni ye be hwe me sika na bi ni ho
na se e kana eno no di kan e boye no mpode eno ne nka ahwe
debi
afa na doctor e be kire mpo se di importe ena eye na ma obaye wo bo ho kai abusuafo aka ewe he abusuan
no so sa abusuan no so sa tiniche so no kon na doswa
ye mame ehia moa animanimu ya se ye kase ye twentwen so a ebia na wahwere nenkwa enutino ama ye nua Alex ene Linda a omo France omo disika bi aba se ye fa emoa ayarefo omo hia moa titiriu ewo abrabomu ye yi sika ni 1060 Ghana cedis ama enura ye tro ema ye maame se onkwatoto no yato enuro na yade ema no me yenua bema Alex ene Linda omo France memo omo se yefa edroi emfa emma se enura doctor etro se kwatoto no omato ede ema wo
aboafo ni ahwefo mo hu me moboy me damose enkopon hira mo wontom nsem omma mo nkwatenten enkwa ahoden wom a yade eni me damose bebre
Yana me Aisha to ada Alex and Linda ase amowo France. Sikana mo de baye no yeyi emu 1000 Ghana cedis so e de e ma wo mo na omo de akotwa scan no so de be ya maami ye betimi a kire ade poten a eye no ti ye disikei e ma ye maami na wada ase maame Alex ne Linda Kroya say ye ma usike aye 1000 Ghana cedis 10 million so de be ya obetimi ede akotwa scan no
ante me damose pa me damose nyankopon hira mo se mo ne me baabia no mo ho me mobo saa na urade obeye mo nso omma mo kwatentene bibia mbe bia enye ye mam damose
Alex and Linda mo France and memo sika mo de Bread Crime Check Foundation say yemfa enye ye dwumei no ya che amana so ye mame Aisha to so wonye sika ode ekotwa scan no Wonya enura doctors achocho man se onom before scan no. Afei na aka ne kese pa se okọ na surgery bimpo eko bemu a okọ fasika we he na ode akọ. Yebesre adofo, yebesre ahwefo, yebesre obi biara a wo hwe video yi se mommoa ye maami afei na Crime Check Foundation ye hia emmoa kese pa. Okọ kwotwa scan na de doctor ebeka bia no Crime Check ye de beto manim na yesre se mobeba ba ye maami moa se de be ya ne sample ebekọ na no se ne ho eto na.
You are from Amina Aqua Baba, Ejumede Atunidin Health Check Series. Na ene day, yebeko ye mami bi owo Kumasi friend Efia Samoa ye mami wenya breast cancer. Na sa breast cancer yare ha enipa bebre e wo Ghana mayemo ha e ma pi na won esu eguye so na sa ye mami before say yebeko Kumasi yebeko ye chekakra na yakofa ne hawo e de abremo.
Minya breast cancer. Ami akutwa me no furu baako ti yare no a na ama mani se etwa bia ekuro beda ha ensa begu manim se ti mani we ni huna de me baba akope enso okunu so we agya ne nkwada enyina asan ba be ka me ho ani sori ani de bedi ekura no na agye nyame nura ye me matoto no a wo me kimpo no a bia ya wo me awi akasem koda machine so sika ye agye me no so minya mini boafo bia eka ewrade ho.
Na se etifo ebekaya eye yenua ba bi friend Agnes Dogre ono na mo hwe no sisi yi na ye sister yi onya breast cancer ema ofrimu ya na Crime Check Foundation ye ne ye donors adwen huhu se ye sister yi afrimu yi na wonya emwa bebre every Joy FM ni sika no na won a won so wonya breast cancer no e de bi be so won ase ebi na ye yi enne ye maame owo Kumasi ye kodomo no se de be ya obitima ye kemo na yare no ambu amfa ne so enti ye be Kumasi ne akoka Trinity ho emra odisikai ekoma no
Emu eyade so shedena yenua bia ye freno Agnes Dogbe ye maame se ye beka ye nakakra etwamu na Crime Check Foundation ye ne kodi enkomo. Nana Agnes Dogbe suffer from cancer. The year ye betimi bia enso ye maame efri yensa. Ye ma ebusuya shedin yen kai mo ya onimom ye ka e de asi asem so. Adofo ene aboafo e de sika bre ye maame sanka surgery sanke wo se wo ye kimo se wo se wo ye na nkotimi nyankwa no. Eho sika de aboafo nyina ye damase enso no arehosem ne se ye kombia nso ye maame Agnes Dogbe ofri yensa na sika no abeka Crime Check Foundation ye ho monso monim se sika nye ye de anso de yintimi emfa nti ye de to aboafo anim kachira aboafo se ye de sika ne beboa obi a ono nso enya cancer na emu 2400 ena ye yia yede ebre ye maami se enimanimu ye onfa enso 1000 Ghana iso na onfa enko hospital na me adoma etwada okọ na se doctor etimi ehwe no na de besi etwe bia no aboafo ne etiefo yede beto munim yede sikayi emawo eye 24 million yede mawo na ode aso 10 million so na nyame ya adoma ejuada sede wo kanu wati media kosa ohun yare na se nyame boa na se wunya nko a Crime Check Foundation ye besan ababestro na yahwe sede eniema mu so esi ete na skaya ye de ema wi eye yenua baabia ye freno Agnes Dogbe ni sika ena ye de ema onya cancer aboafo boa no so no waye nyame dia na owo nsu kran ademu a enkwa ntimi enje nti na sika na wanya da ho no ye fa enye ye se ye de boa o mo manya cancer Nti emu 24 million na ye ene ye dem ma wono. Nti wo besom na wada aboafo a omoboa ye nuaba Agnes Dogbe no ase.
Yo admofo Nyankopɔn wo nhyira mo. Baabi obi ayi sika ne free ye bia de boa ye maame no a enem so mensa aka bie no. Nyankopɔn wo nhyira mo. Wo nhyira adwumafo no amoye no. Wosmo ayi ne de sɛn. De me hunu ka. Nti ne foundation for ne moye no. Mr. Ibrahim, Nyankopɔn wo nhyira wo ani wadwuma ya wo ye no. Wo de boa ye ne ye ni bi. Ye ne yare ye ni hwefo. Na wo boa ye no. Nyame ma ankwate ntine wo mo ahoden. Wo ma wadwuma no a wo ye no enye nkoso. Adwuma no nye nkoso emma na da ne da nyina na wanya bi de aboa afoforo. Timi de Nyankopɔn de damase. Ne madwuma ye fuo nyina mo amoba ye amobaboa me nyina Nyankopɔn nhyira wo bibia ne obi ahwere no wo ho bia safo Awurade nhyira na emu wonam na ndoye so na ne obi bisade bia no Awurade nya emfama no na mo amososo tutua na mo so aba me fie ha no nyame mo ahoden na mo bisade bia hawo bia da mo so bia no asafo Awurade nam mo adoye so emfa nyimo hawo nyina emfa mfiri mo so.
Amen. Ye mame efia asamoa ena yene no edi enkomo. Mame ye obia suffer from cancer, breast cancer, na sika odebeko hospital. Ena dani no osu ene arehoa ode etihin. Ne mpaibo a woboye baako pese Nyankopɔn ma owu bofo emefano. Sign awotwere ne obra onemu. Crime Check Foundation yenim say ye de serie abre ye mame. Yenim say ye de ahoto abre ye mame. Akase Nyankopɔn ebema ne nkwa. Ye ma bibia bi ne nkwa die Crime Check yintimi emma. Nti ye be sure say ode sika yi ebekɔ hospital no na ode akɔto wo kimo so. Adom esonye so a ye be san ababiem no. Okonso ade ye be sibia no. For Crime Check Foundation na yente onka. Ashafo ahase ene yede enejumedie no ebesi. Se ye mame opesa wusu ni mu a for Crime Check Foundation wo number ya etwagru. So de ode beba bia se mame efia samwaje pona fadidi anaje na fatunsu no Crime Check yebesum na yaboabo no ede apre no. Yesre Nyankopɔn se obema ne nkwa na yenhwere no obeba beka atiasefo asase so nti ahwefo yebesre sa wo bompa ya obekaye ma me se kwa wo koi onko na onsan emra asomdwem because cancer one of the deadliest diseases obetimi adwenwo. Yada Agnes Dogbe aboafo nyina ase se mache amanaso ye maame efia asamoa eso. Yada obi biara nso ase.
Yeti fam say nyina ye hu anigya ye maame enya ye begina kwanya we so na obiara ye sister Agnes Dogbe Nyankopɔn fa ne kra ensiye ote nasem a ode taku ene sempo abaaye no onkan hu se ese sika no bi ena akokumase akoboa ye maame afia asamoa emprepi no ensese ye twen ema enipa no the condition ye worse na ye de sika kwa antimi ankoso no mu ama wahwe ne nkwa nti enne enigya yi na yenya ne se sika mode bae se mfama Agnes Dogbe no ye maame enya bi edekọ ayaresabia edamu nyina ase dasene se Nyankopɔn ma ho kwan ya yebesan aba mo nchen bi.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
mobile banking.
Thank you. And your favorite, mobile money?
Tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects, and others right here on GhanaWeb TV.
Hi, my name is Nanama McBrown. I'm proud to be part of GhanaWeb Road Safety Campaign. Please, do the right thing. Save a life. Brim.
His mindset is wrong. His mindset is wrong. Your loyalty should be the nation. It is the nation that gave you that opportunity through your political affiliation. You see, if there's no nation, there will never be your political party. So your nation should be first. Your loyalty to your nation first, before any other political. That's why they go to parliament, but they can't function well because their loyalty is not with the nation. Their loyalty is with the political. Whatever they will do to steal the money and give it to their party and their personal interest. That's what they do. Both NDC and NPP, they are the same. Because both political parties, they come and go. We don't see any transformation in our lives. So they should put the nation first, the interest of Ghana first. Then Ghana can develop.
So the power situation has not been a super impressive one in the country, but now the Electricity Company of Ghana and Gridco says they are going to release a load shedding timetable to the general public. You know, that timetable tells you when you're going to have power and when not you are not going to have. But this is a worrying situation for everybody, especially business operators who has electricity as their lifeline for operation. GhanaWeb visited some printing houses here at Newtown in Accra to find out how prepared they are to sync with the intended load shedding timetable.
I've been making exercise books for schools, private schools. And this exercise books, by making it, you use the light to trim the papers. And that's all about it. So I can't do anything. I have to wait for the rest of the day till the light come out. My money come back generator, so I'm not planning against it. But if they give me some, you pay me installment or what you want to do, I can go ahead with that.
It will be very difficult task for us because most of us, you can't afford to buy a plant or a generator just to enhance our business. Are you getting me? So when it comes to that, it affects our business.
So how are you going to help yourself?
Getting myself a generator or a plant will be another way that can, to ease my business. To enhance my business. But right now, because of the COVID and the other stuff, I will not be able to afford the plants. Are you getting me? So we have to, cope with the measure that they are putting into place. So since they are about to give us the timetable for the load shedding, we are able to, arrange how we. Yes. If the light is, if the light is there, you know how to. If it is not there, then you have to alert our customers that we don't have light. So far as that, we are giving us the load shedding, the timetable, be able to go according to the timetable.
You know, our machines, they consume power. So most of the times when you use plants, it doesn't help you because of the fuel that you're supposed to buy before you can run the business. So it collapses the business. So with that light, we really suffer. If in case from tomorrow going, you're not going to have a light, then it means that our business is going to collapse automatically because right now we don't have any backup as in of plant or something like that to generate lights if the main power goes off. So if there is not going to be light tomorrow, from tomorrow going, then it means that we have to shut down until there's light before we can run the business.
On the head and a big as a small scale this year, and ever train light. But said, don't so near tree, mono say, and also say, now on the home may be a new no muscle. Many are the answer, yes, shadow time, no, sir, a man. The survivor up to now. Say, ever train light, you know. So, because generator, no, he needs 600 million, he say, you know, because a big press. So, I bet me afford it.
Those are some of the reactions that we got from owners of print and press, and they say they really don't have the cash to, as it were, make them have generators to power their operations when the lights are out. So they are just going to rely on government to give them power. My name is Desmond Frimpong, and I'm reporting for GhanaWeb.
Everybody has a role to play in avoiding accidents as well as preserving lives in the events of any. As such, the Ghana National Fire Service, one of our partners in the GhanaWeb Road Safety Campaign, is in today's edition going to educate us about their role as an institution as far as the subject of road safety and accident management is concerned. We are here to talk to Assistant Divisional Officer, Grade 1, Ezra Mingle at the Ghana National Fire Service, to tell us what the role of the National Fire Service is about in terms of accident and road safety management. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So where does the fire service come in to save lives in the event of accidents?
Fire service, as everybody know, normally have the perception that we only fight fires and then educate the public on fire risk. But then when it comes to road collisions, we have a lot to do. First and foremost, all hazards that are at the scene are to be controlled by the fire service. Apart from that, we are to provide specialist equipment, like things that can cut, can spread, can crash, and all other equipment that can extricate casualties whenever there is a collision, especially when they are trapped. Other things that we can do as a role is casualty treatment. And also we are the only agency that comes out with extrication plan when it comes to road collisions. Basically, this is what we normally do. But we can also be aid to the ambulance service by helping them to do a lot, like manual transportation of the casualties, like even stabilizing the C-spine of the casualties, and all other things that the ambulance would like us to help them to do. So this is basically what the National Fire Service does.
How does their role, your role, I mean the National Fire Service, your role intertwine with that of the ambulance service and other security services at an...
Now let's look at this situation. Whenever accident occurred, 3 agencies need to be present at the place. The police have a role to play. They will come and then do scene control, scene safety, and also public order. So the police will be doing that. The ambulance will come. Their role is to treat the casualties and also transport the casualties. Now, if there are hazards there or people are trapped, there is nothing that these 2 agencies can do when it comes to road collisions. So definitely the fire service have a lot to do for the ambulance before they will be able to transport and treat the casualties along the way to the hospital.
Wonderful. Because oftentimes people think that your work is intertwined with that of the police and what's the name?
Now the police is having a separate role altogether, as I said. They will come, you see them taking some measurements, you see them writing certain things, taking custody of people's property, and so on, or regulating the flow of traffic, etc.
So when exactly does the fire service comes in?
Now, whenever there is a collision, all these 3 agencies are to be present. If ideally, should be at the scene at the same time. But in our part of the world, most often police are the first responders. Whenever we remember anything, accident or collision, we remember to call the police. So they respond most often the first. But then if they see that there are casualties, they also in turn calls the ambulance service to come in. But in most cases, when those two agencies get there, there is a little for them to do because there are hazards. There are also the chances of people being trapped. So definitely all the three agencies have a role to play. Our tender cannot transport any casualty. Our treatment levels are limited. We cannot administer pain relieving drugs. We cannot give infusion, etc. But then we can treat, open airway, stabilize the spine, and do all kinds of things.
People say that that aspect of your work is the EMT, sort of emergency management treatment work.
Now, every fire personnel have been trained in at least basic trauma care. So it is beyond even something that somebody will call first aid. There are a lot of things that we can do. We can assess the casualty and know what is happening to the casualty in the first place. We can stabilize the C-spine. We can also open the airway and secure it. We can also control bleeding. We can support the spine from compromising it, etc.
So all these are taught at the school?
Yes, every fire trainee goes through this training. So if you are operational, it means all those things are there for you to do.
Okay. There have been instances where demographic factors have caused delays in the arrival of personnel at the fire scenes. Does this happen with accidents also?
Let me quickly come in and say this, that it is not in all cases that the fire service will arrive late based on their demographics and those kind of things that you are talking about. In most cases, no one calls the fire service in the first place. The calls will go to radio stations, will pass through police stations and other places before getting to the fire service. That is one. Two, where we are talking about accident-prone areas, those areas, majority of the people know that the fire service are to be called. So those places, their response time had improved tremendously. Because most people know that when the fire service get there, there is absolute solution to most of the problems that they encounter. Like people trapped, like hazards around, and those kind of things. So for those accident-prone stations, like Onongo, Nkoko, like Suhum, and those places, like Winneba, the response time is improved tremendously. Because the people within the area knows what the fire service does when it comes to accidents.
So when you say improve, in terms of statistics, can we give a percentage as to compared to last year, last 3 years, and the previous years and all that?
Well, if we are talking about the number of collisions, for those ones, we mostly don't keep those records because the number of collisions are more than what we attend. At certain times, we are not called. But those that we attend, we can see that are between maybe 250, 300 annually. Attendance at collision. Yes, annually. That is between. But then from the MTTD department, they attend most of them. If there are no lives involved, they don't normally call us. So those records, we don't have them.
Okay. So in terms of the fact that you said the demographs do not count at all, as in you are not called.
I'm not saying it doesn't count at all, okay, but it is in the lower percentage.
Okay. Okay. So in such case, what do you guys do then? What happens?
Normally, whenever, as you are saying, the area is not accessible or there is problem with traffic, etc., those things we go on educating the people of the area in most cases, at least to know what they are to do before the fire service gets there, or when they see that this is the situation, they should give way or assist the person to get there as early as possible. So these are some of the things that.
So on the back of that, it means that the fire service role in road safety campaign has to do with the education aspects and all that. How frequent do you people go to educate these people?
At least twice within a year. That will be the minimum.
Especially in the...
When it is getting to the festive seasons, like Christmas, at least we go to some of the radio stations and TV stations and then try to educate the public. Then when it is also closer to just as we are, then we also do the education on TV and radio. But then let me quickly add that we cannot buy the airtime most often. So as and when the opportunity comes, we avail ourselves and then we try to educate the public. We are appealing if some media houses will be giving us free airtime, we will always avail ourselves and then educate the public more than maybe the twice or the same that we are talking about. Yeah.
So is in terms of resources, okay, the resources aspect, would you say the Ghana National Fire Service is well equipped in terms of all the equipment you need in combating road accidents and management and all that?
We are in Africa, and I will say that everything cannot be that well when we are comparing ourselves to the international world. We are members of the World Rescue Organization, and we know the standards that the World Rescue Organization places. We are nowhere near those standards. But then, when it comes to Ghana, we will say that we are just second to South Africa when it comes to Africa. So we are better. We are better. It is not every station that have equipment. But then those that are accident prone, the stations that are closer to the accident prone areas, all of them have rescue equipment. So that is where we got into.
Aside the cutting of vehicles in terms of a very rare accident scene or something, what else, what is the role the National Fire Service plays exactly aside from the cutting in terms in the scene of an accident? What role do you guys play exactly aside cutting? And
it is not all in all accident situations that we do cutting. It's not all situations. There are so, if someone is trapped by the leg in between two pedals, we don't cut anything. We have a technique that will free the leg and then we will be going. But we also do treatment of the casualties. When the place is hazardous or it's not well accessible, the fireman will go through those rubbles, go there and start treatment of the casualty. Extricate the casualty out of the vehicle before handing over to the ambulance service to transport.
Wow.
But it's not only cutting and then spreading and crushing that we do. We go beyond those ones. And the treatment of the casualty and handling of the casualty is our number one priority.
What are some of the tips you'd give as in to road users from the National Fire Service perspective?
Very good. In fact, how will you feel if after saving somebody out of an accident vehicle, then you hear that as a result of what you did, the person is sitting in the wheelchair or even dead? How will you feel? And most of the time, we don't know what to do. So in the event of we helping, rather we cause more harm than good. In the first place, in all accident situations, we suspect spinal injury. That's the first thing.
What is spinal injury?
At the spine, when we are talking about the spine, it is some vertebra, bones that are seated on each other and that runs through the middle part of the vertebra of a human being. And in that thing is a cord, which is like a ripe banana. Any fracture or dislocation that will be pressing the spine will let that person either paralyzed or be in a wheelchair or even dead. So at any event that there is a collision, we suspect that one. And the first 7 spine, that is called the C-spine, the cervical spine, is the one that, let me use a simple thing to describe it, is the one that is in the neck area. And that is what controls most of the internal organs. That place is having any problem, then automatically either your heart will fail or something will fail inside you, and what is happening, then it means you are going to die. And we protect all those things. And the majority of the public don't know. And that is what kills most of the accident victims. What of somebody whose airway is blocked? Do the public know they can consider the person to be dead? And then rather pack them plenty into one vehicle. And that will result in death. First and foremost thing that the public can do is to call the fire service. Then if you want to offer help, if somebody is having a spinal injury, the slightest shake up to 1 millimeter is enough to cause the person to be in a wheelchair or dead. So you need to stabilize the vehicle. Pack things under the vehicle so that the vehicle will not move anywhere. Even the suspension under the vehicle, the shock absorbers, will not even shake the vehicle. That's the first point. Now there should be somebody who will support the C-spine, the neck of the person, so that the head will not be shaking anywhere. That is the next step. Then from there, if the airway is blocked, at least you need to do what we call jaw thrusts. In accident situation, we don't do head tilt and those kind of things. So these things, if the public know how to do it, then they can carry on. Now, if you want to bring the person out of the vehicle, you need a flat surface, something, to support the back of the person. You don't just hang the person by carrying the person by hand and then legs, and then you think you are helping the person. You're rather killing the person. So you slide the person or move the person onto that flat surface before you carry the person into an vehicle, and then you can transport the person. But let's take note that the ambulance play an important role, because there are certain equipment in the ambulance that will be supporting the person along the way to the hospital. So if you put the person in a taxi, a private car, what help is the person getting in there? That's why we are to call these emergency services to be present there. Now, one thing that I forgot to start with is the safety. Most accidents are on the road, so the person who will be trying to help should take first note to either get someone to halt the vehicles that are coming or warn them, and then make sure the place is safe before attempting anything. Other than that, your own life is also at risk. So these are the few things that I would like to start with.
And so, here you talked about people, the general public getting to know these first aid treatments. In your education, okay, where you go to radio stations and all that, how accessible is this education to people, especially, let's say, drivers, on the fact that if they see their friends or their colleague drivers involved in an accident, they can assist in this first aid treatment? And how accessible is it for drivers? Because the target audience must be a lot of drivers on the road.
Thank you very much. The various unions, whenever it is time for the road safety campaigns, we've been partnering the MPTD at certain stations to also chip in what they can do when there is accident. And getting them one-on-one, as for that one, the education goes down well. Because they'll be asking questions, we'll be explaining points to them. But when you're on set, in most cases, we don't get people to listen. By now, public debates like in politics are on, telenovelas, films, and other things are at other channels. So you don't get much people to listen to some of these techniques and other education things that we talk about. But the drivers at the various unions and their stations, when they have any event and then we get there, we normally educate them and they appreciate it a lot.
So now let's go to your final words. What final words do you have as in the tips and all those things for the general public?
Thank you very much. Now, we know that the public will always like to help when it comes to life saving. Now, we are appealing to them, first and foremost, to call the emergency services. Then, the next thing will be they making sure the place is safe by either getting some people to stop vehicles that are applying that route. Then the next thing will be stabilizing the vehicle. Then the next thing will be stabilizing the C-spine of the person and checking the airway of the person. And then if they want to extricate the person, they should make sure that they get a flat surface board to put the person on to support the back of the person. But ideally, they should wait for the experts to come to provide professional help. That is what I will tell the public.
All right. So you've been watching the Ghana Road Safety Campaign here with at the Ghana National Fire Service. We are here with Assistant Divisional Officer Grade 1, Ezra Mengel, who has been helping us to understand the role of the Ghana National Fire Service in road management, road safety management in terms of accidents. Here, he said, always call the National Fire Service in terms of accidents. Wherever you find yourself and there's an accident, always try and call the National Service, the police, or the ambulance service. All these come together, the three of them come together to save life. Do the right thing and save life. My name is Amos Eko Kofi, reporting for GhanaWeb TV. We are not only looking at educating the public by speaking about the subject of accident management. Practicality is key in the conversation. At a particular accident scene, what is the role of the key stakeholders like the Ghana National Fire Service in salvaging the situation and preserving the lives of the injured persons? We are here at the premises of the Ghana National Fire Service with some fire personnel who will be taking us through the practicality of what they do on the grounds. This is the GhanaWeb Road Safety Campaign Series. My name is Amos Eko Kofi.
When it comes to anyone who had reported or disease, what happens is that the police are the ones that are supposed to be in charge. But then if the person is trapped, we will extricate the person wholly and then bring the person out and then hand over to the police. And they will take custody of them. They act as coroners. Certain investigation will go on before they will now hand over to the family.
We cannot get that scene in demonstrating that.
Reported cases, maybe we need to do first the ones that are alive, and then later we can simulate for somebody who is reported also. We'll block the access where vehicles will be coming to the scene so that they will not be able to come. So all these ones will soon be blocked when our vehicle comes. Then first, we would like to remove some of the equipment for you to see the equipment. And I will go gradually in how we do our things. So where they are now going to work, you can see the place being protected so that at least other vehicles will not come and disturb them where they are working.
Hello, I'm Felix from the Ghana National Fire Service. I'm here to assist you. Hello, what's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Medic?
So among the crew is someone who will be taken care of.
Let me use the microphone more.
Okay, right.
Should I insert?
Good work.
Yeah, I can.
Guys, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go. All right, guys, come. After everything, you guys, come. Good. Now, go to the back, take the head so that Bano will continue from there. Let's go. Through here. Yeah, go. No. Jemo surgical, no boy use money in the car. Yeah. Good.
Left hand on. I got the head.
Good. All right, guys. Medic, how is he? Lombard. Check the stability. Yep. Okay.
Respiratory rate 32 breaths per minute.
Okay.
Pulse rate 120 beats per minute.
All right. Make sure the next person who comes into the vehicle release the pretensioners. And then another remind, make sure you sing one song. Yep. Okay. Imoya commander agbeni. Ebe. Good. Yep.
No, he should get ahead.
Okay, more issue. No. Because it's not in close. No, but how often? Kawari. Nile mo say. Both hands on. I've got a head.
Hands off, you have the head.
Good. Mo konya we ngashi. Okalaba here. We are bringing him forward.
I will do that.
Okay. We are bringing him forward 5 inches. Ready, brace, move. Good. We are bringing him by the shoulder onto the longboard. Somewhere in here. Ready, brace, move. Rest. Which way?
Both hands on. I have the head.
Good. Direct more. We are bringing him onto the longboard. Ready, brace, go. Good. Now stabilize. Good. Yeah.
I want you to get the shoulder so that
Okay, someone at the
head.
Now let's slide the casualty.
Sliding the
Okay.
casualty up the board about 1 foot. Ready,
Brace.
brace, up, rest. We are going again about 1 foot. Ready, brace, move. Good. We are coming, the final stage. Have you got the leg?
Rest.
Okay. Good. We are sliding the casualty up the board. The final stage. Ready, brace, up. Now let's rotate the casualty to the right side of the casualty. Ready, brace, up. Good.
Inside. Good. Now we are moving the casualty out of the vehicle. Ready? Brace up. Come this way. Now, let's take the casualty to the ambulance. By the leg. Ready? Brace. Go. Up. Out. Down. That's okay. That's okay. At this point, if the person needs further treatment because ambulance is not ready, at this point, if the person needs further treatment when the ambulance is not ready, then the medic among the fire personnel will continue treating the casualty. But if the ambulance is ready, quickly we hand over to the ambulance and then the ambulance will transport.
So after this point of rescuing the person out of the vehicle is where you hand over to the
Yes, that is where we will hand over to the ambulance.
Where the ambulance service is not around, the EMT department of yours, let me say the emergency treatment department.
We don't have any emergency treatment department. The crew that is on board the fire plants, they're the same people. There's one person that will be nominated to be the medic of the team. So among this team, he became the medic of the team. When we change, I can be a medic. He can be a medic. The others will be the people who handle the board. So the medic will do the treatment at that point. But if the ambulance is ready, we quickly hand over to the ambulance and then they will carry. In the case of fatality, the person is, let me put it in our own language, reported. That is, it's no more. That it means we'll hand over rather to the police and they will take custody of the person and then they will carry on with investigations. So that is what normally happens. This latest rubber down, that is what we use in handling casualties. We use this one in handling casualties. Reason being, we don't want any body fluid like blood, vomiters, sweat, and other things to contaminate you. We know what is in the world now. COVID is there, hepatitis B is there, and other diseases. We don't want to contaminate any person by killing ourselves. So we wear this one under, before this one, and this gloves is used in handling tools. But we cannot use that same on the human being. When we remove that one, this one is there for us to do the handling of the casualty. So this one first. Okay. Then we also wear this one also. These are just few of the basic rescue tools. But we have more. This is what we call the power unit. And that adds pressure to the fluid and that works the tool. And we will be demonstrating one for you to see. This is a dedicated cutter that is used in cutting metals and other things that will go through the jaw. Then we have this one, combination tool. That one can cut, can spread, can crush. So this part will do the cutting, this part can spread, and then this part can do cutting. Now this one is called spreader. When you want to spread anything, we use that one to do the spreading. Where is ram? There's one equipment I would like you to see. When the dashboard or the steering is trapping somebody, we use that one to roll that thing off the person and the person becomes free. This is it. It is called ram. This is the ram. And that one is used to roll the dash away from the casualty. Then we can extricate the casualty from the vehicle. So this is the ram. So we'll demonstrate only with one of the combination tool, the combi, for you to see. It will start spreading. Then we'll demonstrate how it cuts, but there is nothing here to be cut. So you just open and then close for you to see how. Thank you. So let's demonstrate this very particular one.
Go beyond 2. Yeah, you start. Change. Turn it. Turn it this way. No. Turn the opposite way. Good. Yeah, then you start. The tool is on now. So he is going to demonstrate. You pick the tool. The tool is on. To live. I'll turn it on. Why are you? There you go. Now, if there's something there, by now it will be spreading it. So if it is the door, by now it is opening the door, trying to do that one. And that is the combination 2. Now, when it is closing, you can see the edges of the blades. When it's closing, if there is a metal there, it will be cutting it. So cutting is what he's doing now. Anything that is within the jaw, it will be cutting it. So it can even cut the entire roof of the vehicle. It can cut the steering wheel of the person and so many other things. It can cut the pedal. It can spread the boot off. Whatever you want to do, the tool can do for you. So these are some of the specialist equipment that the fire service provides. This is just basic rescue tool.
So just like when you came to rescue the victim and the vehicle was locked, this was what you were doing?
Yes, he will just close this one. Try to let it go towards where the lock is, somewhere around that place. And then when he starts opening, it will spread the lock open. To spread it open. But then this is not a scrap. It is somebody's vehicle we borrow, so we will not be able to spread for you to see. Yes, the short lines. So that is how it will go. Yeah. So that will be it. Now, if the power unit is not working or fuel is running down, this is a manual pump. So when you connect the tool to the manual pump and you start pumping manually, it will still be working the tools. So there will not be like there is doing so you cannot work. If the power fails, manual is there. So in all rescue situations, we will be able to perform something. And let me quickly add that these tools that you can see are complete rescue tools that when it even comes to collapse structures and other things, it can do much work also at that place. This is just basic. There are more equipment, but then this one will just give you some idea as to what the parcel does. And most accident-prone stations have these sets. Yes, you go to Nkoko, you go to Konongo, you go to Winneba, you go to Mankasi, and those kind of people who are on the highways. You go to Tema, Motorway, Ashaman. Just at the mall, we have a station there you also have because of the motorway and so on. Abelempe power station is also having because they are also on the N1 area. So those are some of the things that we have in fire service.
So these equipment are still used even in fire situations?
Yes, of course. If you need to create access where you have some lock that is preventing you from going further, yes, these tools will pave the way for you to enter and then we will be doing work. But basically, it is mostly used when there is a collision. That is where we normally employ these tools. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The things we call pocket tools. Every glass you see in vehicle is termed as a potential hazard. Whilst using the rescue tools, the glass can break accidentally and then go to where you don't want it to go, in most cases into the wounds of the casualty. So when we get there, we normally manage glass, either by control breakage, total removal of the glass, or also we can cut the glass. This is a center punch or spring-loaded punch. What is that is we use it to break glass. So let me just demonstrate how it is used, but then we will not break any glass. When you get to the place, you just position it on the glass like this, pull it a little. When you leave it, the glass is broken. Then we can push it to where we want the glass to go, and then the casualty is free before we start spreading or cutting any part of the vehicle. Now this is what we call seat belt cutter. Where the mechanism that we use in opening the seat belt is damaged, and because of that the seat belt is trapping the person. You just hold here, put it on the seat belt, pull, and then the seat belt is gone. And then we can now bring the person out. So there's a seat belt cutter, this is a spring-loaded punch, and all our rescue tools. But then they are pocket tools. So most rescuers have it in their pocket. You may not see it, but when they get there, they can do a lot with those ones. We normally have cervical collar, we have oxygen sets, we have splints, we have oral pharyngeal, and all type of bandages in there. The medic among the team picks that bag and then go to where the casualty is. Any help the casualty needs with the bag, he will be able to do so much. And also administer oxygen to the casualty. And this also fire service we do.
That was a demonstration on how victims are saved or rescued by the Ghana National Fire Service. Reporting for GhanaWeb TV, my name is Amos Eko Kofi.
Powers and principalities.
There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump collapsed.
It's going to be fun to see how he goes about approaching this game.
We table issues relating to the arts and entertainment for a riveting discussion, of course, without fear nor favor.
The question the presenter asked them was a dumb question. You need to speak the fact and move.
Varied views. We agree to disagree.
So I would disagree with everything you said. I think that he's a smart guy. I think what he did.
No, but I also said he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
I guess that I'm waiting for the what next. Yeah,
I don't think that we have to wait for what next.
It sometimes gets confrontational, but that's the beauty of the game.
Today you funny face. It's not my brother. I don't know him. You don't know funny face. It's not my brother. You don't know funny face.
It's a package. We meet, we sit, we dialogue, we learn, we progress. My name is Benefo Wabin Abrantepa, a proud blogger, and this is my forum.
my advice to the motorists, pedestrians, drivers on our roads today is to be patient. Patience. Even Bible says, let patience have its perfect work, that you may be complete and perfect, lacking nothing. If you have patience on our road, be patient enough to cross the road when you're about to cross. Be patient enough when you're driving and you get to the zebra crossing. Be patient enough when you're using the motorbike, when you get to the traffic light. Be patient. Be patient on the motorway. When we are patient like that, we'll get to our destination safely and we will lack no one. We will lack nothing. We will lack nothing. No soul will be lost, no life will be lost. Don't let someone's divine purpose come to an end. Don't let someone die prematurely because of your impatience. Please, let's renew our minds and be patient. My name is Yaosiki. Do the right thing, save a life.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
Mobile banking.
Thank you. And your favorite, mobile money?
tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects and others right here on GhanaWeb TV.
Hello and welcome to April. Ejanenya Bedu. The 3 Music Awards has been held. A musician intentionally leaked a video of him taking a blowjob from a lady. Well, Nanea and Vida are already laughing. But let's take a break. When we return, I'll introduce them properly. It's Bloggers Forum on GhanaWeb TV. My name is Benefo Boabin Abrantepa. Welcome back. It's Bloggers Forum on GhanaWeb TV. Vida Edichumwa Boatin is a columnist. Vida, welcome.
Thank you.
Nania Redu, aka Nania 18, is with oneplayafrica.com. Sister Fia Danfo. Nana, welcome. Sister Fia Bleedy. Well, let's take the tidbits. What's happening in the world of showbiz? Ama Bruni is on standby with Nkomo.
Niana mi se na wotwi bia me fa to me ho so. Ade Nkomo e course wo showbiz industry nyina bebrem. Nanso na wotwi. Eye saa na wotwi nsem akoso no abro me so. Hey, ensem. Mama ntwa ye hu bra sesi ane embeto Nkomo no so. Me kai pa se me kache mebusuafo se mpese me go into acting, mpese me be actress. Oma mpene so but na wotwi. Nsem bi eye movie producer Ola Michael de abetudwa na mama ti ase ne nti a waka se won mpene. Ola Trema eye movie industry we obia na opese open road ya. Yemfa we chinka from beji road ya koso de bia. Ola Michael Trema eye mia na wo movie industry no dodro nara. 70% of producers and one da ansa na wa ma wuru ai wo se wo bo won todwe nti wo hu obi wa TV so na ya say we kwa jeru na edwuma na wo nwa ne se producers wo we chi be ka fam ansa na wa peru nti se wo ya wa adwen se wo be ba movie industry na e se wo sake wa adwen e na big akwes asem ne yampo de bia wo dwem ma won sa ola na eka na wo twi bia jasa nsem koso na manfo nkomo ayedusi mi po mi hade hu be bia mi mfensi American rappers. She say J bad, one mo be kai na akatafo. Akasa boys no. Omumu ba ko J bad. Onu ndo say I don't talk much, I just show action. Na what tria action be a we show was Snapchat no work ka. Jebado no ankasa to no boase e show video bi a obi bi ma na etire be bisa se etire na ye den onti ase be kire mama eye BJ blow job ye nkasa nche hu bebri Jebad na che se ono ankasa ni pemu afa ni phone wa record ga bi a wa boniti braids pink na sister se wo boti pink na wo twi de bia fa waso bi a hwehwe girl no zo ni se tin wo pink braids akosan se na wakase una na ma Jebad trim na ye Jebad release video na nkofo kaka so oje na se ya wo sha se nyina ye di wechi na wo dance aso ben ye di binum se fame na for front binum se mama no kwan 1 day 2 days bi atwema no behu se o pe trend na Ghana ha de be so so behu ani se ye ja na aka nko a nti Jebad o se san brebium na je mfare hwio no asan so control what Twitter say I have sex when I want to distress and also ya kasa ben mo am sorry am didi organizers atem ye pan say Ghana Music Awards ni na ye one way so mo di mani ahu ne ye course me de atwem aye 3 Music Awards na me kan wasem just a Ghana fu nyina mo entertainment industry obi abo organizers ya baso so wan ya ade ankasa mo ankasa mo hu performance e course mo amu se na wo hye show Ghana fu se na ma ye na so wani ankasa na se ne abaso ba no koso e wo 3 Music Awards no eye organizer of the show Sadiq Abdullah wa betwema take ni per 1000 to pull off that show to show na mu hu na mo kanfo na dwuma course ankasa na yimu na Sadiq aba betwemu se ska wodi share awards ni mu 6 million Ghana cedis ska ne bi wo man kasa 6 million Ghana cedis na say yes convert 6 million Ghana cedis $dollars ma $1 million and over coins kakra kan ska ne bi na Victoria Hama na nko sanko nya ko be politics no na yede 3 music no mo de yeyo nti mo amukase show no course ye no ska ko man kasa Sadiq go se wa bo humode nya nipa be ya na waye na amanfo se mo amunim Ghana for efe na ya be compare and contrast wo kirima we rezi ba no nti wan aka no mo hwe na ye da mani mo ye mahede mama yen to aso xylophone music omo sign ni rapper obibini ono so na de nsem bebre aba betudwa o che meduro bi anka dem Ghana ha rap bi ani we betumi a compare won to xylophone music bibini trema ordinary to fem Ghana ha ya we record label bi ani wa betumi de ne ho a compare to xylophone music nti ono de obekoso atena hono onye ready say okwa sign to any label bia hono ma no betena de aye na adwuma so wo Ghana ha de em say what say nkofo taka se ubua nipa aye je receipt DK comedian no den se bia betudwa o chema Jackie o start ya ye nyina na ye share u post ye promote you but na say ya u je fame ni de ase o comment o post about you on reply no no dey on tiase because when na ehia ye nyina ye promote nti busy ben ya na waye dike bi crampo kirema o followers chem ntumi nkan che ni se o oversight hu ye bia waye busy de we se share sa ade na se kra na obe posti sansem na binu so akeka so dike bi aya akwa se obo ni page receipt wow supporting it very best obi ehu se supporting na ko bi se woni dike bi ya adwen cause Jackie untimi baba yese bia hu se dike bi e posti wa na se na wa kwa comment wo se sade de mfa mbakra wo na wo start ye na ye support you nti hu so bia cho bibia bo modern na reply but why be no reply to all list of people I am mama girl ni pressure sa se sia na obai mama yen so no so kakra na mo yesa Fancy Van Dam and Odin Sembia Betudra o chema Ghana fumunya reshim by 2022 obeje Grammys ama Ghana na se wenje Grammy by 2022 ene enum no wejai onbo nwom biom papi kodwo asema o kanene na interview ya papi koyi na wobisa ni so papi akwaye se nwom profane wo mu ase enyansa se de nim se na papi kodwo se hefa onno Fancy Van Dam rapper beng na Ghana ha so betumi de no ho atoto no lyrics nsema nyansa wo mu o se mo amkotie ni aboni wan wayi no ma wa hye da hye ma se da mo beka se nwom sense bi o se mo amu ye kasa asem ni na ono mo nya adwen cause ono de obo ne homode ni nwom bi o de betuje bia you draws ni ade ni na nyansa wo papi kodwo na ese so wa uze na wotwe nkomo ya hye ma didi so na mama ye ntu aso se Ghana ha se ye ba krom ha se kwakwaye se eyomo amabo wiase nwom asa won atra be careful se ubehwe ne kakra ne na piercing kakra ochina dreadlocks kakra ochina say ni say nenum na ye Kwame Eugene reigning VGM artist of the year odi akirima ono pa so be piercing anaso be tattoo de ontumi nyo na Kwame Eugene say ne maame ore mpene mane nkoye tattoo no mpiese ochema ye ne maame ene ya obetumi abaka say saa ye ni hairstyle na waye na nkofo say na dende mo na musi o say saa hairstyle na ewo ne tisu ene ya na betumi aka che ni so nkoyi onye bi nka na obeya ne so obekọ na akwakosan so ochema ne maame nti tattoo ni piese ne ne fa nkosi no no de ontumi nye akanfo bu baby say wodi wo ma woni jaw wa watida na backing vocalist Ghana ha say ye kan wa wo ye pioneers na ama oh why edwuma e be say 40 years and over ochirema omo awbo awon aye artist on wa ye edwuma ide okọ no ka so o person won collaborate for project bia wo decline offer wo say want to me ni edwuma na wa man excuse o cobra fa yin kosu gbo hu ana akwakogu na ma kire wa kwakogu aye Ghana na artist for bebre so an kamo ma ye nya enum ba ko na mfa ye mfa ma Ghana fo no mfo ntwa won ase be de bi okwa na stories na cobra gbo hu ana say wo de afa ni ase nkosi hwe na ma yin so woni nkofo bra ye edwuma Lord Kenya obrafo asomafo je say me kan de be che man asa nti ko asem na ebisan sa na mo ye na amasa na watching them some de bebre but mama yam bonne tofa na fa Juliet Ibrahim same we sorry so Juliet Twema ye Ghanaian actress Ghana from me na me am wo kromase mo value mo kakra adey o se mo set boundaries ma mo mo hwe na wo relationship na ware bi mu na onipa ne manipulate and no de wo fa ha emotional abuse torture na ade na sorry film na ko na value ho kakra cause na ansem na obeti na obi akwakokum obi na obeti awon aboro bi e na ekosi hifa nti mo fa eyibubi entum ho so kakra wo hwe na enkoyi a sorry keke na ko sorry ko Juliet says mo hwe na ntwa mo sorry na mo nko nti ama boni me so ma sorry akọ Abrantepa so mo na tuaso.
Thank you, Ama Broni, for the tidbits and komo ho. And some need be. Let me begin with Nana Yao. Nana, Diani Adeko.
Yes, 70% of Ghanaian movie producers sleep with ladies before giving them roles. Ola Michael.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Or I don't know what his motive was when he was making such a comment, and I don't know if he thought about the end result of what he said, because we are in an industry where already that perception is so high, to the extent that some people stand on that angle and don't want to help young people, especially women with talent. Because Ochinebi so be who say many by now na me tine care mo afa fon afra Abrantepa say o sin na ya say vitu by that. Because the perception out there is that 70% of the people in the art in the movie industry sleep with ladies. Ola is a producer. Is he part of the 70% or he's not part? Or we be or we because we know his movies. In the mama or na my ejuma or you na. You understand? I feel that when we in the art industry make such comments, it goes to undermine all our hard work. You understand? Because, for instance, somebody might see this comment or might watch this show and hear that, and we see a certain Jackie appear or an Agiabuari and conclude that all her hard work is nothing because somebody probably had his way with her.
Is it not possible that she is part of the minority, the 30%?
Yeah, but you cannot tell people what the 30% are. You can't tell people what to think.
Are we not to let the people know the reality? That
yes,
if indeed this is what happens?
I heard such open comments in our industry. You see, you should say that me Ola Michael, me ne asimasi yejuma me no, me ne vare me no, me ne me then obi tia, because you see, yeah, industry is such that they kind of coach, but no coach in papa no. Especially in our side. Obiti or told mo or fact if you a baby. Or TSO 70% of a member no regular guest no more a moving make me see was here that can be one too. When the team or be a maybe a wife and say, me baby person acting. I said, I be acting then yet. I say, member no more man. Or say, why not radio so? Who TV? What am I saying? If you are pinpointing, say, okay, producer A, minimum say one asimasiada. Only asimasiada. Say the buyer one more makano. We can leave them out of the conversation. Right now, you are undermining a lot of hard work from these ladies.
What if it was said to let those in the industry know, say, this is a bad practice, which we need to put a stop to because it is undermining our craft, and people who would actually want to be in the entertainment industry but will not want to give themselves away to the producers, you know, they are venturing into other stuff.
I have monitored how the Legon incident, the BBC coverage of the sexual thing came about. After the whole expose, I followed it a bit to see what happened to the said lecturers who did that. My age close to like 17 years. I'm yet to see somebody come out and pinpoint say Nana Yao ni asimesi yejmo ono no die. Every day that is what is being said. Every day that is what is being. It's like a speculation that we are trying to force it to become a norm. You know what I'm trying to say? Say what you have to pass it. Say when I met him by the bar. I should assume that Abante Pa and Ma no my more the bloggers from or be half of them there worry because when we are more opportunity. Do you see the like how you devalue the hard work of the women that we have in our industry? I hate such comments with my heart. It disgusts me because see, I know how women work hard in our industry. Already the industry has been male dominated. Are you kidding me? Are you telling me say you know how brilliant some of the women in our industry are? I do sales for talent, I manage talent, I listen to how some of them share ideas on what they want to do. And man especially is very beautiful. Even this morning, I had a conversation with one lady from Xylophone. She's a video vixen, and I was listening to the ideas that the girl was sharing. Are you saying that if that girl should achieve that idea until say Bema didn't in one can and a bit to achieve beside the nana? You don't have to do that thing. Not just the immediate crop of young, successful women in our arts industry. Let's go back. Are you saying that from Mami Dokuno, Grace Norte, all these great female actors that we've seen, their time? I mean, come on, if it was wrong, somebody would just come out and say, say, like it would have come out a long time. What am I saying? Women don't need men to be successful in our industry. We should stop making them feel like they need a man to touch them. They need a man. No. I don't sign up for that nonsense. You understand?
Wanya.
I'm into it.
I also touch on the topic that I have selected. I mean, let's not get it wrong. It's okay if you find your partner on a movie set. Nobody stops you from doing that. But then when you make it a condition that until you go naked before I can give you a job, it makes it look as if the talent and the creative work alone is not enough to push you forward. And well, the ladies also most of the time because of the pressure of becoming a star. And who checks who? I mean, at the end of the day, the producer has the ultimate power and the lady has to, succumb to it. So when you go, it's as a result of that, when these ladies go for interviews, they're always asked, because we know that a CD costs about 5 CDs on the streets. So if you should sell even 1 million copies, of which not all the money comes to you, how were you able to, push through? So most of these celebrities are forced to kind of show the world their side job. Some people would love to keep it secret, but because of these questions, they have to show that maybe I sell sachet water on the side, or I'm into real estate and all that. I mean, it's not helpful. And I think they have a producers association. Is it 5
There's 5-pack.
Yeah, 5-pack should call. I mean, no matter how bad you feel, no matter how bad you feel, it is. That's the only
there's
association that
Actors Guild.
Yeah, they should call Ola. It's better than nothing, really. But they should call Ola to order. Now, Kwame Eugene say on tattoo on we earring. Monkan channel say puawa na esi na pampam no ntwitwa.
O say o mama ni puawa.
Mommy, I'm appealing to you. Obanu puawa na odi esi na pampam for scissors na ntwitwa.
Aden.
They be abon nchire wa na twa pampam. Unya ready so be rasta pitin uti na etwa oza ayede.
And your family.
I mean, or the post be better who say motion in hairstyles now start obi choosy man. Kona ko shame she se nipa sign the cars one fasa ade ne ntwa na pampe man. Yen nyina yen say artificial. Ebi mo starting nkete sa no ma be rasta no. Ye ma kwekwasan salon na ye gi ho gina na etrebo. Ebe gusua emu futro nso adwuma wo ye fifire adwuma. Wo hwihwi si ha wo hwihwi si ha. De bia na tiri kusu sa adan.
Ba wo room.
Yesi ma enwuma na ndino. Chale ma me fa scissors. Mr. Ode no ho aba wasan be bosu bi. Twitwane enkoye baby. Na no enka chorus no.
So let's take a break.
Asema nikamin sabi ba ata ba da kan da.
Enye chini enye pe kasaka. De bia kusu. Bada from joy.
Bada. So I'm reading so only ninti o.
Me ninti de mi hu na make.
So only ninti. And every artist has an image that they want to keep. And when he did the hair, you can see that anytime it comes into the public eye and on social media, that's the kind of hair that people recognize him with. So maybe he feels like every time I have to make an appearance somewhere, I need to go back.
Go back to that.
But I know Chere say what the real, what am I saying? Or the same hair? No. And what he said was, he said, no, people shouldn't be surprised if one morning we wake up and he has changed the hairstyle because the mother can just come and cut it off. And because of the mother, into no team in your piercing, into no team in your tattoos. Because of the mommy,
okay.
I feel that we should allow artists to be themselves. Listen, Obiani, what they go through. Kwame Eugene is at his age, whatever he's doing, we have to allow him to be his age. If we force him, like he makes certain comments, he takes certain actions, and people feel like Kwame de what's up yes sir Kwame de
yen share so we are consuming music and image no na ye one way to do
but say how many let's say even if it's one way we know
check it that then post
we know artists who have had one hairstyle for a very long time.
But Stone Boy for instance to me twisting wedding is in a pam
right from the time that is
to be a fade no say na dey kakra no so timi to ebi wa na Kelsey kakra my baby appealing to the eyes.
I think Vada is being on
your producer can put the hairstyle on. Gusu say say if I like that no
ebi no nye the style no say like
send ma me pair me send ma me bi ohunu from me angler so me huno say na me pair me can say mo nye rasta you can do I mean there are lots of people on a lot of hairstyles but pim na si ho say no him adai
no it's not fair to Kwame because
it's not fair say
it's not stone
under 1 minute
Kwame is not stone if Stone Boy decides to
trim his hair
and do the whatever that is Stone. Kwame, that is the hairstyle he wants to keep. We can't sit here and say that he doesn't keep his hair, what am I saying, clean. We can't sit here and say that. And the hair has nothing to do with the music. What am I saying? Because there are artists who it took them over 10 years to reveal their faces.
The hair is not part of the music, but headline is the same. The headline is talking about piercings and hairstyle.
Yes. No, but
Amber discussing book. Yes, hair, tattoo. And see, that's what I'm talking about.
But you went up.
We didn't come to analyze his music. He said, no, I'm busy analyzing. You said tattoo in hair, and that's what we are commenting on. It took us it doesn't affect the music. I see if sending you at the one and me discrediting you because of the hair. No, today's topic is tattoos and his hair.
Nana, conclude under 1 minute.
I feel that the boy was making a statement to let you know how he reverenced his mom by saying that I can't do tattoos, I can't pierce because of how I respect my mother. What am I saying? And if you have an issue with the hair, like he said himself, don't be surprised that one morning you will see me and I don't have the hair because my mother can just come and cut it.
Okay.
What am I saying? You shouldn't make it look like on keeping ye and no. Obiani the way of person.
Obiani it is.
Yes.
So we don't have.
On that note, we take a break. Any background accommodate. When we return, we'll delve into the 3 music awards. Were your expectations met? Moving on from here, what do we do to ensure that the arts moves to a higher pedestal? It's Bloggers Forum on GhanaWeb TV. Welcome back. It's Bloggers Forum on GhanaWeb TV. My guests are still with me. Naneo 18 is with OnePlayAfrica.com. Vida Richmuabuatin, it's a columnist. Now, the 3 music awards came off over the weekend, and Kidi was crowned the Artist of the Year. Group of the Year went to Dead People, and then Breakthrough Act of the Year went to Mr. Drew, with Stonebwoy taking the Album of the Year, which was a technical award. Kidi also won the EP of the year with his Blue EP. And you know was on the fine part, come. Now, we'll do the winners later. I mean, we'll touch on it, but I just want us to, take comments from my guests, how they saw the show, the assessment of the show. Let me begin with Academy member.
Good time, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Vida!
Vida, you went to the Kosema.
I don't know who. I wish Michelle would feel so that I can tell you the Efie version and the venue version.
You were the
yes, I was
backstage and I say
backstage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chief protocol.
That night, I think so there were 2 other awards going on. Entertainment Achievers. The Golden Age. So, Nakroma is busy, everybody, you wouldn't know where to watch, people shuffle because most of the performers here were also on the other platforms as well. But looking at internet-wise, virtual, how people receive the comments, Twitter, I think it was trending throughout the whole night, and kudos to Omamushen who were reacting also. In all, I think it was excellent. I mean, a 3 music executed show, and I'm not surprised to hear Sadiq say over 1,000 people. I think it's even more. Over 1,000 people worked on the project, from the academy, from the board, from the reps in the regions, the technical people, those who put up the sets, the performers, even down to the catering. I mean, it was quite a lot of people. And the intriguing me most was the performances. I mean, it will be hard to choose which of them are a top in night, the medical one, the Osibisa tribute, the Jackie, the which one again?
The gospel people.
The gospel people. This Hamilton. I mean, Charlie, the flex.
The cost of performance.
It wasn't easy. I mean, I've heard people say, were they performances or music videos? I mean, if you say that now, I mean, because say a virtual show. Most of it, yeah, prepare and sana your money back stage.
Yeah.
And I don't think music videos, but artists, no voice over ABI recording now while throughout the performance. It doesn't work like that. I mean, the logistics on Putty 3 was over the top, and for me, I really enjoyed myself.
Okay. Yeah. Nana, I saw you present an award.
Sir?
Yeah.
My goodness. You saw me present an award?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I saw like a chief protocol officer.
Yeah.
Other people, please sit there, don't go. But boy, Juma.
Okay.
But I think, sir, 3 music awards. Me, Nanaya, as I said, I wasn't over surprised because I said the year before that some of us in a certain circle, the kind of conversations we have when we meet ourselves, the kind of thoughts, leadership combos we have, and the things we want to do, or the things we have done in our catalog, when we break into the forefront, it will change a lot in the industry, and that is what Ghanaians saw. So for the majority who don't know the team or the guys, we call them the newest boy band in town. They are the ones that are shouting, and I'm happy that they are shouting. this is what I see from the event. It tells every young person in our country that it's possible to change the narrative if you want to. It gives us hope that the future is brighter than we thought it was, you know, and if we put our minds to it, we will be able to do more. Our industry can grow when young people with ideas and young people with knowledge, not just ideas, but the knowledge to achieve it, are given the opportunity. That's what you saw. You understand? Let me do an example. I said this to my team in the office that when people watch the BETs and then the Grammys, the comment that are passed is similar to what you saw from the three music commentary that happened on social media when it was happening. Why? Because the section of us that appreciate that kind of hard work, unfortunately, we are the less in the bigger picture. The endorsement. You understand?
Yeah.
So if we make the noise more, those who are the late adopters, those who take time to adjust or change their ways, will feel the heat and they will also change. If you watched the BET virtual concert last year, the 2021, you can tell that there's a certain thinking that went through the three music awards to try and push us to all think like that.
Yeah.
Because that is where we all have to go. You understand? And if you really watch the Grammys, that happened earlier on in the year, this March, where Burna Boy won the award for the best global album. It's similar. The performances, the lighting in the stage, you understand? Even the award presentations, what you have to go and say, the production for television, the production for the events grounds were all considered so that there's a proper blend. So I feel that for me, I wasn't too much surprised. I was happy that one of us has been able to do what has to be done so that we can all tilt towards that side. I'm praying that in the near future, this level can be maintained, and then corporate sponsorship and support will come in, and when they come in, they will allow them to still have their creative room. Because when the CEO was talking about the awards, you see all the sponsors he was mentioning, he couldn't affirm anyone as a major sponsor. Yes. It tells you that they were doing it from their hearts and from their own pockets. Now, corporate bodies will see that beauty and come on board and want to place corporatism on their awards and reduce the level of creativity. That's my saying. If that happens, we might not be able to get what we saw at the 2021 Three Music Awards. But for me, I think that they did well performances-wise. And let me speak about the performances. It's not a music video. I've seen people's comments like it's not a music video. Let me do some medication. When you watch a music video, like let's take a song by Jackie. Go and listen to the song that Jackie released, the Forever song, and play the performance that was done. It's different. You know why? Yeah, because every song was rearranged for the show. Production. There was a music director, an engineer who rearranged from the medical song like also to even some of the chords and keys were different. A typical example is Nani Champon's performance. All those who know the song Nani Champon performed cannot tell us that it's the same song you know out there. So it is not a music video
at all.
And even the gospel artists even showed us that their performances were recorded. What I say, their recorded performances, no. You get me? Yeah. Then how much in performance, if a Grace, Kobe, you could feel like the live instrument. Yes, you could feel. Everybody was even at the point people were even hyping one drama in the dancehall block. The drummer who played. The drummer they may feeling exactly. So if it wasn't a performance, how are you praising the drummer? If it was do you praise a director for music video? Come on, it's performance. It's not feeling hit, you know what I say? Feeling energy. So it's new in our system. I remember I said the evening before the show, we had a sit down with Abu on One Play Africa for a channel in SA, and then he made a comment, and then I was like, yo, we have to project this side. We as Ghanaians, right? We don't want to accept anything new that comes to our table easily. The stage that he did you see the stage?
Yes.
If it tells you the number of people,
it was a very nice stage.
Yeah, but people were coming at him because
they wanted to see the usual stage.
Yes, because to Obino, it is not now being true. What you said, everything he be saying. Into why it's too. As I was showman to the extent that I was able to back onto his level. And I say this, right, even the artists, I want to praise all the artists, because for them to even understand that you have to rearrange your songs.
Yeah.
Because I know some artists in the competition that in the beginning were a bit, you know, difficult.
And they submitted it in time also for the performance. And after the recording, they were all reviewed to know, say, this is what the performance should look like, and in my opinion. And they produced it. So, and Didosti was also making a comment like that is a music video.
No, it's not a music video.
And he doesn't understand why you see a medical in front of a store, and the next moment he enters a bus. So they didn't show us the transition.
The transition.
So because of that, is a music video.
Let's
Especially the pregnant woman. Yes, 9 months later, a pro number.
So I think that we have to do some education.
Yeah.
Listen, in every well-produced event, you will not hear a sound the same way you know it. Please, I did the same thing for Miss Bell at 10 concert, and people came for me. All the songs Miss Bell performed, we rearranged it. We even infused artists. I think Double did a song with Miss Bell, we brought Miss B, we brought Edem, and people were like, oh, you know, and just send your radio song. And then invite na baba. And they bought the same So when I had, I did not jump on parties are commenting. What am I saying? It's unfortunate.
Also, he's already passed that comment with you, and he passed it again on the music.
Okay.
Then they said, right.
So, away from that, Nania made a comment about sponsorship, saying, there wasn't any title sponsor, and when sponsors come in, that's when they begin to limit creativity and all of that. Of course, we all want the best for the scheme. We want sponsors to come on board. How can organizers ensure that the creativity is not missing when sponsors come on board?
I mean, if you know someone like Sadiq, there's no way that he will compromise on quality, creative work just because you want to put money in. He's done this the 4th time, and for all the 4 times that you saw the performances and the actual show, it was without any major sponsor, and he was able to pull it through. So you being a sponsor coming on board, I'm sure by now you would know the kind of creative thinking that these people have, and you wouldn't even dare or attempt to suppress it. Yes. So basically, it will be hard. For me, I feel it will be hard for Sadiq to compromise on anything just because we need money to push it. I mean, he's done it for you to see, so he's capable. Just leave the money with him and see what he produces for you. If it comes out to be something that you do not like and you want to pull out, you are at liberty to do so. But to come in and to, you know, gag them to go a certain way, for Sadiq and his guys, I'm sure it'll be very tough for any sponsor to do so.
Nana, let me take a submission on that.
See, I foresee a change in thinking in the future, not now, for 3 Music Awards in terms of the events delivery. I foresee a better event at a less cost. I say this with an example. Last year, when they did their virtual, remember, they made a lot of mistakes on television. This year, did you watch the show from home? Could you count the mistakes?
A few.
Thank you.
The playbacks were not working.
The more they now mistakes, now solve it. Now we get more flexible and more cheaper cost, but better. If a corporate sponsor comes on board, I don't foresee the corporate sponsors even being the ones limiting the creativity. I foresee a challenge between talents and 3 Music organizers, 3 Music Awards organizers in the future, because here is a case where now talent understands that there's no sponsor on it. Talent believes in the dream and it's supporting. Like Vida said, they made their records available on time, and they were even there. Some of them even waited till the next day till the shoot was done. If a sponsor comes on board, you can't look at the same talent with the same message again. I foresee that competition going up, not because they are selfish, but because they also sacrifice for the scheme, and there has to be a reverse to support them. I don't think a sponsor, Abu said it's 6 million. I don't think 6 million is bigger than any company in Ghana. They can give us $1 billion. They can give us $2 billion. But I think that we'll have a huge challenge from technical supply, talent, production in whole, and even TV partnership. Because this trip, a lot of stations came on board because of relationship. Once the title sponsor comes on board, everybody when they move OB van will tell you, say,
take something
small for the OB van, something small for this, something small for that. So that's where I see the challenge come in more. What am I saying? I don't know the relationship they have with all the technical suppliers who hold them down at the Film Music Awards. But whatever it is, when the sponsor comes, which I know in the next few weeks, but myself, somebody hit me up for them. And so I decided that I'll push the business to them. What am I saying? So let's see what happens when the major sponsor comes on board. In terms of the delivery of the event, a boy band who wants to make a statement will break their back, even if the drummer has to roll the stick 10 times to get the crowd shouting. So I don't see anything less than what they have done. But I see the challenge in the areas where they have come.
Okay, we'll talk about the awards, those who won, but we are not concentrating or we are not focusing on all the categories. Let's just pick some one or two, be that it went well for you, and then backward to me say, hey, this one they swam. But let's do this in 2 minutes each.
Okay. Yeah. I think the album of the year was a deserving one. I mean, Stoneboy and Ngoga Junction, you can't go wrong with that. EP of the year. Well, you hit the EP in the as for Breakthrough Act of the Year, Charlie. That category was tight. It was the artist of the year for me. I said it was like the biggest on the night because he had Jackie, he had Yaltog, Mr. Drew, all of them, LaRue. So all the guys were just great. And Mr. Drew, you know, I dribbled one more camera and he took it. What I heard people talk about most was the group of the year. And they felt that Keche did quite well in the year and the review compared to Dead People. They feel Dead People just released one song or time and then everybody goes gaga. I mean, I saw Keche backstage and when Dead People walked on, I mean, they also because the people were rooting for them to get the group of the year. But as you know, it has to do with the board, the academy, and the public also having a bigger share of the decision to take via voting. So, I mean, but we haven't heard much about, you know, an uprising that we on social media saying you've given awards to people who do not deserve them. And for once, I think we have an award schema. If you say we need some cardman on arena, you won't papa. No, I'm just saying. But said you did a trend just a few people on but they said be issue. I'm a radio. You discuss your fair way. I just chat to a bar. Maybe I mean it's all like that. Yeah.
Nana.
Okay. So, awards, you know, who deserve to win water. Let me say this before I make my submission. People had reservations, especially in mine, the one I presented, the rapper of the year. People had a lot of reservations on it. The reason why it's not loud is because the event, the show they watched, the level
show
of... Yes. Yes.
Who won
the
what?
level of... For instance, the way I would probably have to critique the music awards. When you critique it, you are seen as, oh, Charlie, but you to see what they produce. Why they critique them? So it comes across like, okay, the events, they do them. They have done something that Ghanaians have been probably seeing outside Ghana for a minute. So it's like, social media was there. Even Eno was trending because of that whole issue.
Yeah.
The Kecha one was there. Even the one for Adina, the Y. It was there. But because of the nature of how the event went, like Ubiaye said, okay, we didn't say events unlike maybe if a Ghana Music Awards does the event and maybe it starts late and there's H here, it was his live production. To be that's a when he can find a port no more. Yeah. Let me speak on the thing. I think people misunderstand or people don't understand or people don't know the calendar year for 3 music awards, so they often make a mistake. Now, Dead People, at the time they were dead people in the country, Keche had not released a song. Let's be sincere. If you calculate the number of months Dead People ruled until the other drill songs started taking shape in the country, you will know that these young guys have also worked and also deserved the award. What am I saying? They didn't win Song of the Year. They won Group of the Year, which means that they were visible as more than one member team. They were two, and they had a huge song. The time Ketcher had their hit was 2020. They were from 2019. We brought them from where they were to do an interview when the song came out. You see, we have to understand that songs have seasons in this country.
Yeah.
And you might next year I foresee a big fight between Yelkom and Ekoso. Do you know why? Because at the time Ekoso was a big problem in the country, Yelkom was not.
Yelkom, yeah.
But as I was nearby, no be kind the recent song na big, no be
yeah.
Let me also speak on the Adina thing. I asked somebody, are you saying that the Adina song that won the reggae song of the year does not deserve it because she is an Afro-pop or high-life artist, or you're saying the song was not big? People have an issue with Adina one because Adina is not a reggae dancehall act. Because if you look at it carefully, the chart that Adina was topping in the country with the Y song, and against the one they are fighting for, Kili Kili by La Russo, Adina topped. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Kili Kili was big, yeah, that's why he won the reggae dancehall act of the year. But in terms of the song,
Adina's was bigger.
And every category has a different definition. The act is different from the song. So people have to understand that Charlie, reasons were actually. Then the NU fight comes in, where medical after the award presentation, I think I saw a certain disappointment on his face, and I could relate because 2020 Oboeduma, my referee said, I didn't certificate 2019. Yeah, but 2020. Obusu Boeduma before I also bear them. Over Boeduma.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, Trimu Party and Kabana woman or Boeduma passing rappers.
Okay.
That's not to say that the other rappers didn't do well under the year. We are saying that Nipa or Boeduma among you or was Eno. And people were dragging her to the man because they feel she doesn't deserve it. And I'm like, Ghanaians are very hypocrite. This same lady was the one that people were praising that Sister Fiamma, Eno actually said your best rapper, and Eno is best rapper, and no man can test Eno, and no man can do this, and Eno is fire. And even to the extent that on UTV, people were saying, even BJ McCrown, the best rapper of the year, I feel you're man. And so I won't say no.
Okay. Uncle Break. Congrats to Eno Baroni and all the winners. Those who did not win, better luck next time. It's Bloggers Forum on GhanaWeb TV. When we return, we'll talk about J-Bad and his BJ video.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
mobile banking.
Thank you. And your favorite mobile money?
Tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects, and others right here on GhanaWeb TV.
Well, say issue here. I mean, I mean, cause Kruma say So we saw J-Bad trending. For those who may not know who J-Bad is one of the rappers from the Kumerica movement. He featured on Yao Talk's Sorry, and he also has his song Condemn. Yeah, that song has over 1 million views on YouTube. So he was trending on Twitter for a reason, and the reason is that he released a video, a 9 seconds video of himself receiving a blowjob from an unidentified girl or a female adult, let me put it that way. And we're trying to serious. But you know the interesting thing, he seemed not to have any regrets. So after releasing it on his Snapchat and people were talking about it, he comes back to Twitter and says, well, he does that when he wants to distress. Percent the stress and so a call from 90 say, we feel okay. So I was asking myself, say, is this just for the trends or what? Like, what will make someone release a video of himself taking a, you know, a BJ? Shababa way paja. Oba branti poki. Vaya, the course of my dream, a course of my dream. Me, I seem not to understand why.
I also don't understand why, and the timing is even wrong for me. I haven't watched the video. I mean, I cannot endure 9 seconds, you know, of watching somebody's face go up and down, and because picture na get me when God's say, no funny man. So, J Bad, I don't know why would you want to do this at this time? There's only one reason that comes to mind. Say a D asaka boys, you know, and say a dorsal man, that's a boys in a dorsal. He wants to be singled out. And saying single out for what? Not for a creative piece. I hope some far when Koshe music video mo. Then say when the shey ni obi dam paswa, you say music video na wam na ya zane. I don't want to see that. I think small man be can join and say, "Hey, obi na find the phone or hacking into the account no or release such a thing." I mean, it is disgraceful. Obi awa baso kakarapi for air budget so. I don't know, maybe me na ya yenye that famous Yenya 1 million views, yenya sike beans, enti na ya ebia, yet said the etie ya, ebia na abranti pass, kaba bottoms this year, I have a raw atadi, we don't know. But then, no, ye treacher must say, and no, wow, and for uncle see baby. We've seen other big acts, allegedly, or maybe I mean, I don't want to mention some names. D Black na say I need about 500 sushi or the engine is sika papa be no nyom no cry or mo to no to be aboa mo or the any business what's my say and enkofo so can say na visuals and na wo sa video na leak na emu ode among for share the fan inspiration yeah but wo dey any when me any pink
one or two be
me who correlation me who be fa but let's be serious and tell him say J Bad you shot yourself in the foot. This 9 seconds can unmake your career. Me who any serious brand they be attaching to you. Now your bold Dina, the first thing that's going to come into people's minds, so they see a single out no. And your brand no more condemn no. A brand now or baby to train and breed you TV so no Instagram ni friends Twitter na your body. I mean it doesn't speak well of you. And it's not as if say be a unye good about a creative space now. About telling you no cry or pay sexual explicit and you may be kika. I mean, there's a way I go for fast the play on words. Who you that the lumba, for example? They will be see a card the but or be franning to man now or the words be for far. I mean, who take crana? Who be free. It doesn't come straight to you bare in the face like these youngsters no omo. I just pray say he has a better explanation, and even if he has, our Ghanaians going to listen. Why sa brabo na me yeda na se na warrior a revive career ne kakra eno kra ibusu twen nwom no you understand it is here no I just pray say obi tinya ka bibia beto Ghana for etrim and I'm also hoping say police for my friends say the frustrating why sa court up and down. I'm waiting for him to be also a friend is saying invited okoba ni etwi nanim na it's a jail bi bebem kwa no ba ko dem kakra ba so person uji dia rapper American rapper koda jail and so ye dimpa me fan kan ho ma na yin preko. I mean nobody should toe that line. Americans now more banner and even youngsters, and I'm very happy say y'all talk actually one free group name. I'm very happy say a few year by because baby our number on this Tomzy I more corner. He doesn't need these things a tree. So J Bad, don't be too excited and tell us say who did distress it when it can make career now craving or hate saying
one
no need people
plus sorry no
only album And on show because Corona on. Is it say what? Charlie, why?
Nana, is the industry so tough to the extent that your sense of reasoning, no? And yet, you might say, like anything for the trends.
Around here, I quite born in them or say on them. When we pull up on them, we check on them. Now I'm not crazy about I mean, come on, let's be serious here. When we pull up on them, we better check on them. No, I'm not
vibration, kaka.
When you say that is one thing I don't like about the America thing, that krr sound krr, it sends a wrong signal.
And it's unfortunate.
No, the sad part of this whole incident is Yabado's daughter, who she has suffered to pay school fees to go to school, and thinks that she's now growing, therefore she can make a decision, and decides to put her family's reputation to this big magnitude of disrepute, and then to go and give a certain boy that she thinks has fame, that is not calculated, that can go away tomorrow, a certain BJ. Oh, the foolishness of that small girl, it will haunt her when she becomes somebody, and I know she becomes somebody big in future. And it will chase her, it will follow her, and she will regret she never.
I hear her face didn't show.
Oh, their face is out.
But
her face is out.
Face is there forget.
Where's his CID? Where's his CID?
Come on, say oh. Baby, I bet they give up on him.
What's on anything?
I'm signing the same color.
The same.
I'm saying I'm gonna open that.
Yeah, I've seen.
To a boy who is on the street, who is known as a street boy, never thought of becoming a big artist or breaking through, was trying different talents, and all of a sudden, poof, it happened to him. Fame not for foreign Derby, that's who he is.
And for foreign?
No, that's who he is. Let me tell you something. When somebody shows you their character, whether they are famous or not, that's who they are. When you see a star slap somebody in public, that's who they are. And my family can say, oh no, when you're famous now, and family can fame. Because people have had the same fame. She mentioned your talk. The same fame from the same song. Exactly. So that's who the boy is. Probably he's been doing it on all these times are not only popular.
Now look at you. Look at the time and release it. Just when your talk,
yes,
we need hip hop song. What am I saying? And this any breakthrough act, like I saw back fronting a whole hip hop song. I'm paying for your money content and he wins it. Then you decide to release this for what?
To also tap into the trends and also destroy whatever Yao is building.
That's what I was asking whether I say in that to the point it's so decent the trending.
It's a that one the Macadam, because your family name Macasa.
Imagine Chrome has stars, Obia Eddie near Yedi distress to social media. And I think I hope I'm 4 years distress.
Because the way pa, the way you manage the way you pa.
Now where?
Me suffer back.
And I also, what's the favorite for Frono?
No, that's who the boy is. Listen, watch the sorry video. You will see he paints a certain picture of a typical boy on the street. As a man, I'm in your gang. As a man, I'm in the was. As a man, I'm a guy. I'm a gangster. I'm a tisso. So I'm not surprised when I saw the video. What am I saying? Reggie. And now I say, Kenneth, and I say, hey, I didn't know me. I say, but this is me to me. It's okay, it's normal. Because you see, there's a video that he has done, a song he did for Virgin Abloh for sending them kids fashion stuff like sneakers and dresses to wear. Watch the video. The song is called Go Get. You could see a certain admiration of the fact that, hey, then I show them say I could do them. Hey, I do them. See, Virgin Joseph give me something. He's fine. He's okay. See, the lane he's working on, he's fine. for the next 10 years, he can use that same, this condemned song, the sorry song, to get, if you have a baby, I know Sabi the way in that area, who is superstar, or better man was side was even a crack about a crack, say crack, who are video like a conhunia, I bet you Mario. He's fine, it's okay. If he doesn't get a certain height, not by that, I'm saying, by the no boo the power. A man, if your man album. Hey,
me bisa.
What was that?
Say, be an or 5 albums, be a trend. Yeah.
What am I saying? I feel that he didn't do it because he wants to trend or because he wants to some people say he wanted to tap into the trends of the at all. It could be, but I feel that that's who the boy is. And he's showing us who he is. And if we have been able to accept Shatawale when he showed us a video of him and allegedly him and some other guy taking the same etri. Taking the same etri.
Etrebisun. Etrebisun agreeing them.
Bars.
Where are we for there?
If we're able to accept that, and today Shatta is who Shatta is, I'm not surprised if tomorrow J-Bar becomes J-Bar. Because the system picks up things like that. The system, instead of the system casting it out, say a certain innocent black people who had talent, who was doing everything possible to get our attention, and we didn't mind him until he did that Rama video, and then the system, instead of helping the boy, we pushed the boy into a certain hole. It took only grace. They want to close all their dockets.